Good evening, everyone. For those who are joining tonight's webinar, yes, it's 6 o'clock. Yes, we are on time tonight, but we are just letting people in. I can now see about 40 people joining us for tonight's session. Yes, this is gonna be an exciting night for everyone. It's a rainy night, but I hope you're all safe and sound. Yes, there are already 40 participants, so we will just be waiting for the others to join us in tonight's session, and we shall start in a few. Okay, so hi to everyone. So feel free to just type in using our chat box. Hi, hello, Michelle Morales. Hi, nice to see you. ECU, if I may say. Violeta Castillo, hi, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We have also Recites Mabanag, thank you for joining. Rocky Agustin, thank you. You have been attending all the sessions and we're happy to have you again tonight. Hi, Japet, good evening. Jolene also is here. Thank you very much for joining us. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. I like that, Rocky. Na-excite ka ulit. Yes, of course. Lalo na sa speaker natin tonight. We're all excited to hear her speak again. So yes. So right now, I'm seeing about 50 participants. Thank you very much. So it's 2 minutes past 6 o'clock. So we will be starting in a few. If there's one thing that I really enjoy about webinar hosting is that you feel like a DJ in a radio station, am I right? You get to click a lot of buttons and you get to multitask. So we're like DJs. Okay, so I could see more than 50 participants joining us now. Yes, it's a rainy Saturday. Just some technical checking. We would just like to know, and please confirm if the audio and the video is clear from your end. And all you have to do is just to rejoin or reconnect just in case you get disconnected. I know it's a rainy Saturday and it could be quite a challenge in terms of our connectivity, but let's keep our fingers crossed that nobody will get disconnected during the session, because tonight's session is another exciting session for the Philippines HR Group, of course, in partnership with jobstreet.com Philippines. All right, thank you very much. Loud and clear. Thank you very much for confirming. So it's 6:04 on my watch, and I think we are ready to start. Okay, I would just like to greet everyone. Good evening. It's a rainy Saturday. I hope you are all safe in your respective homes. And well, tonight is another webinar for coming from your Philippines HR Group, of course, in partnership with jobstreet.com Philippines. Thank you for joining us. I am Nilo Macad, currently the Vice President for External of the Philippines HR Group. All right, so we are actually on our second installment of the four-part series of our virtual classes. And yes, I'm happy to say that we are on our second season. Yes, second
Yay.
season. Yes, last night we had Mr. Ekon Malik, and he talked
Right.
about how to maintain excellent relationship with our stakeholders during this time of pandemic. And tonight's gonna be exciting night because we are to talk about work-life balance in the new norm. And
Right.
also tonight, I'm pleased to be co-hosting. Yes, I'm co-hosting with two beautiful ladies coming from the Philippines HR Group. May I first introduce to you Ms. Lani Santos, who is currently the training officer of a company from the retail industry. So she's from that industry, and she's also a certified human resource professional since 2019 and has been an active member of the Philippines HR Group as one of our core volunteers for our learning events since 2017. And aside from learning and development, we share the same passion, the passion for music. So, hi Lali, how are you?
Hi,
How are
Sir
you tonight?
Nick. I'm doing great. I'm really excited for tonight, and I hope that everyone is also as much as excited as I am because our topic is really interesting for today. So,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed, very interesting. And you have, I have learned that you have the same passion for music. How many songs have you covered so far during the quarantine period?
Actually, hindi ko na po mabilang. Wow.
Wow.
Kasi
Later on, probably
mahal
a
ko.
sample from you.
Baka
But
po
thank you
lalo
very
po
much,
yan.
Lani, for
You're
accepting
welcome.
our invitation for you to co-host tonight's webinar.
Oh,
And
it's a
not just
privilege.
Lani, you will be joining me tonight. I also have the pleasure of introducing to you another co-host of mine. Her name is Charlie May Manaligo, or Cha, who is also into training and development and has been a training and development professional for 10 years with expertise in customer service, team formation, culture building, and leadership. She is formerly from SM Supermarket and is now with Pure Gold Price Club Incorporated, where she's also a resource speaker for its annual Tindahan ni Aling Puring Sari Sari Store Convention. She talks about, keeping and growing the Sari Sari Store business. And aside from being a core volunteer of the Philippines HR Group, she's also a Sunday school teacher. Wow, to 3 to 12-year-old kids in her community. Talk about passion. I also know, well, Cha, I know that you're a graduate of UPLB with a degree in development communication, major in community broadcasting. So my question now, Cha, why are you in HR? What are you doing in HR?
Well, accident. Accident.
Accident, may accident.
Ano,
Okay.
yeah, accident.
Could you tell us shortly, yeah,
Well,
about that accident?
incidentally, yes. Incidentally, I was only invited to be an applicant for any position that may fit the requirements na hinahanap ng company. But then again, as
See.
introduced in HR, I learned my passion in teaching and learning. That's why I pursued this path for 10 years na.
So it's really passion working, no?
Yes.
Yung heart for HR, although you had a different degree, pero naramdaman mo siya. So that is actually a good accident, if I may say, no? Kumbaga, it's a fortunate accident, if there's such a thing, that you are now
Yeah.
in HR and you've been in the profession for 10 years. So yeah,
It's
kudos to
really
you,
an
and
honor.
we're glad that you are in our world in HR. All right, so Lani and Cha, so what are we learning tonight? Our resource speaker will illustrate to us the big picture of what we call our new work-life normal. She will also discuss how we could maintain that balance between working and living in this time of pandemic and moving forward. I know all of us are excited to hear her speak, but just a few reminders to our audience before we give the virtual floor to our speaker. Your microphone is automatically on mute to better manage the flow of information, and please utilize our chat box for your shout outs, or for any concerns that you may have. And also, for your questions, please use the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screens. All right, and so Cha and Lani will be helping me out in taking
Yeah.
care of those boxes later on for the question and answer. They will be sharing with Miss Daphne the questions from from everyone from our audience. All
Yes.
right, so this is really exciting. So Lani, would you like to take the pleasure of introducing our resource speaker for tonight?
Right. Thank you, Sir Neil. So before we formally present our resource speaker for today, allow me to give you a brief background about her. She's a graduate of AB Mass Communication of St. Joseph's College, QC. She's a certified master and fellow of the American Association of Project Managers, also a certified management consultant by CMC Philippines, specializing in learning and development management and industrial communication, service and relations. And she is also a PR and media partner of the ASEAN Work-Life Balance in 2016, turned today's advocate of work-life agility, balance, and clarity. Think and Tank Devotional Dailies correspondent. And lastly, she's the founder of PBG, Training Management and Public Relations Consultancy. Please welcome Miss Daphne Granfil.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Nice to be here. Nice to see all of you again.
Daphne, how are you?
Good
We're
evening,
here,
Miss Daphne.
like you guys, trying to be hopeful every day. You know, it's a good Saturday evening. I think this is blessing already that it's raining.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm
Blessing.
so happy to be here to share to you, ano ba to report to you how work life is nowadays.
Actually, super excited na po talaga kaming marinig kung paano na po ba yung magiging new normal.
Well, it's kind of challenging. I have to do some thinking on how I'm going to present to you because it's not really a good time to think about the balance because I believe we are all in an imbalanced state considering the
Right.
changes. So I don't want to give you really just the positivity, but I hope I can after this talk is I can kick off something for you to think about
Yes.
so that you can find the balance you need, the one that you need for today.
Right.
Actually, as compared to when I spoken last 2017, right? It was easier to anticipate the balance at time, and because we can anticipate the things happening. So thank you for
Right.
inviting me. This is quite exciting.
Yes, we are also excited, Miss Daphne.
Yes, yes.
All
Right.
right.
So yeah, take it away, Miss Daphne. We are very much excited to hear what you are to share to our audience, to our community tonight. All
Okay.
right.
So okay. Well, I just want to make mention that before I had to go, it's just a short webinar, perhaps for 45 minutes or even 30 minutes. But I had to think of a way to share not just the message, but the meanings we can get out of this. Because for the past 2.5 months, right, this 2020, um, isang tanong ko sa lahat, I want to ask everybody, after the lockdown, are you the one who said, buti na lang? Or are you the one who said, kung alam ko lang? You know, we were caught doing our thing just like that. Like in my case, programs were plotted after March or at least May. I had to just shelf off everything, and it took time for me to also build a new momentum to show myself to you right now where I am right now. Okay, so we all gotten through our own stories, our own journeys of adjustments. Okay, so unlike in 2017, the talk was to define to you what work-life balance is and probably to give you some tips on how you can pursue your balance. But today it's totally different. Okay, so I want to start um, defining balance to you from 2017 to right now. I think that's a good way to start this. When I was in the ASEAN project for work life, I had to also interview a lot of our guests. I had to interview a lot of people there to really find a single definition of work-life balance. And I only found one that is very common, and that is the good change everybody wish to see. We are trying to pursue the balance because we are eyeing on something at the end of it, right? So iba-iba, it's different. Like it depends on you what is the good change you want to see in yourself, in your community, in your society, in the nation. Okay, that's why we came together for the conference to discuss this and hoping to make it into, to activate it. Okay, so, but you see, some people do not believe in work-life balance, but oddly, they believe in work-life integration. Whatever it is, let's simplify. It's about your balance. Okay, it's about your balance. Let's just simplify matters right now because we are now into so much confusion in these times. Okay, so you see, when you say work-life balance, it's either you let work lead you, okay, or you lead your life by pursuing the kind of work you ought to do. It's not easy because if you choose the left, you have risk to manage, and if you choose the right one, you also have risk to manage. I just realized that I was actually pursuing this for the longest time since I started freelancing. Actually, nag-start po ako, freelance ako. Ang freelance po noon, it's called fly by night. You know, it's not a career, it's not a profession. It's more like wala lang, mema trabaho lang. Okay, so sorry about the noise. This is part of the work from home. By the way, disclaimer, I have 14 dogs in the house I have to work-life balance with. Okay, hold on. So, yeah, my daughter is going to take care of it. Okay, so, it's not easy leading yourself, looking for the kind of work you should be doing. And I'm not saying that, okay, I'm just going to let my work lead me and then bahala na whatever the result is. It's not like that all the time. Because work-life balance is not a result, it's not a destination, it's something that you need to pursue. And that is exactly what we're doing right now. We're pursuing, trying to be positive, you know, thinking about how are we going to survive, okay? In the next few months, we don't know. I mean, every day I receive news and I get crazy like you. This used to be actually straight, but now it's kulot and it's curly because I'm getting different messages. Just like you. I'm as humane as you, as human as you. Hearing, crying, wishing, hoping, praying. Okay. So what is this big picture I was talking about? Because we have to start with the big picture. Okay, that was in 2017. Let's go now to 2020. I did not speak for so many months because I wanted to see what's happening. I wanted to listen to what's happening. I want to feel people, how they're doing. So I think this is a good time now to speak. 2.5 months, okay? We are now in an open and closed economy, okay? If you have a business like me, I have my consulting, I can close it if it's not safe. I can open it if it's safe. Okay, because it relies on the situation, the health conditions. How many times have we ignored that health is really going to either make or break our shows in life, you know, in our society? We didn't see that, right? We didn't see that. Okay. So when you say open economy, some companies have made adjustment. I think this is where Philippine nature is coming in now. They make adjustment. Is it work from home? Shall you go to the office? And if it is going to the office, what time? Okay, how am I going to go to the office? I don't have any transportation. We don't have teleportation. Do we do have that now? No, we don't have that, right? So we try to fit in, like in myself, work from home. I have 14 dogs. I have to fit in I have to talk to the family members to shut up because I'm working, okay? But they're too sweet that you cannot work sometimes. We all go through those changes, okay? Now going back to the office, is it safe? Is it not safe? Okay, wearing those masks, is it really the mask? Is it really the alcohol? Is it really the washing of hands? We don't know. Okay. We have the closed economy. Okay, we have the open economy who can still operate, right? And this is where they're coming from, changing the policies. That's why I cannot, I can feel you, HR. What am I going to do? That's a question. Okay. Is this the right thing to do? That's another question. Hey guys, can you share some policies here? That's another one. Okay, so I can feel where you're coming from, because it's not really easy to determine. Unlike 2 years ago, talking about work-life balance, we are in a norm wherein it's working. Right now, we are in a norm wherein we're not sure if it's really gonna work. Okay. Secondly, the closed economy now is keeping people changing their career. This is where career agility comes in. Career and business model change, service delivery. Remember, now we're dealing with online, only delivery. You can get food outside, but yeah, no dine-in, but you can, have your food delivered, and so on and so forth. Okay, what about the service industry? The dentist? How about the one embalming? I wonder how we're gonna do it. Okay, I can just imagine. Filipinos are very creative individuals, but this time we're really being tested. Okay, now the others who are open and close are finding ways, sensing, wait and see. That is where we are now. That is our work-life normal now. Okay, I'm not scaring you. I'm just giving you the facts. Okay, because as human resource, we wanted to motivate people, but we wanted them to also give the right awareness, don't we? Okay, because they are part of your team, wherein they also make conscious decisions, just like you guys do. Okay, they also must need to make conscious decision, just like what you guys do. We are not all saviors in this economy, as much as we want to. There are responsibilities people also have to pursue. Okay. Now, the work-life balance conditionality. I want to go to the next one. Okay. Since I gave you the facts. Now, of course, our balance is disrupted. Okay. That's very clear. Before, we believe that we have work-life balance. That's why I don't want to use slides, because I wanted to demonstrate to you, for you to understand there are 6 areas in the wheels of life. Okay, I was supposed to give you that slide, but I think I want everybody to use their hands to identify the 6 areas. Okay, follow me. Okay, so you can remember. Okay, good, good. Did you wash your hands? Okay, I believe you did. Okay, no problem. Okay, 5. We have, of course, this one. We have the wealth, financial, career, right? We need that, because that is how the world works. We have the health. The 4 fingers, the health. Okay. We have the family and home, the home life. All right. The middle finger. We have our educational life, right? It's part of our growing. It's part of our balance to learn something new, or at least to learn something better. And the last one is we have our social, our friendship life, relationship. I mentioned to you 5. Okay. Now imagine if your fingers are not working. Let's say this too. Would you be able to hold a glass? You try it at home with only this finger. 3. Okay. I don't think so. It's going to be difficult for you, because our hands by nature are, of course, created so that we can use it. It can function the way it should function, right? Okay. Of course, how about those people who are impaired? Okay, again, this is just a representation of the discussion, all right? Okay, now, what is the 6? You're spiritual. The 6 is the palm, this one, okay? Which is attached to our other areas. Before, we show it to them like a pie, a pizza pie, that it should be, the slices are of equal shapes. Okay, but now it's not like that. Now our faith, okay, is working towards us hoping the 2 areas are going to help us rebuild, okay, whatever we lost from the past. Wealth and health. Yes? These 2 are the most tested. Actually, 3 areas are most tested: the health, the wealth, and the spiritual. But the foundation of it all, if you see in Facebook, people are starting to pray, regardless of what religion. I'm not talking about the practices. I love seeing other cultures doing their faith. Okay, that's why if you look at it, the other three, socials, family, mentals, and whatever desires you have in your areas of life are already affected. Okay, because the two. So we are, the conditionality right now, we are in a balancing act, all right, of health, wealth, and spiritual. Right now, people are going to the spiritual, and remember the laws, the attraction, the laws of attraction should be positive. Okay, we are psyching ourselves already, helping ourselves that one day all this too will go up with us, of course, with being strong in spirit, because what we have now is we are all being tested in the journey. Okay, and so you know what? When I was thinking about this webinar, I want to give it to you. We have 4 kinds of work-life balance warrior because of the pandemic, because of the COVID-19. 4 kinds of work-life balance warriors. All of us are work-life balance warriors. Before, in 2017, probably you will consider me as work-life balance wizard. Okay? Because I've been doing it. I was a freelance since 1990s. Why? Because it's so hard to get a yaya for my kids. Okay? And I want to balance being a mom and being somebody, and it's kind of difficult, you know. Sometimes you find yayas and suddenly you don't find them. Okay? So I had to balance. It's so difficult, really, but I pursued. So even if I went to corporate, you're still balancing the same, like being a mom, being an enabler at work, you know. It's really not easy. But right now, those times we only have one kind of work-life balance warrior, one type. Okay, but now it made into 4. So if you're putting me to spotlight, guys, I want to show you something. That's why I don't want to use. I'm gonna draw something here. All right. Okay, you can do this with me if you have a paper and pen there, guys. I'm going to do a vertical and a horizontal line there. Can you see it? Okay, natatakot ba kayo? Lucian, matakot kayo. Joke. Okay, okay. Joke lang. Okay. Now, see, we said that we are now at risk with health, right? So in health, we have 2 kinds of people roaming around in this world, in our country, which we call them the infected, the ones who are sick. Make sense? And the ones who are not sick but are affected. Let me just put letter I and letter A. We have the infected ones and the affected ones. So our vertical line here will represent the health. Let's go to the wealth. Others are still active. May trabaho pa po. Pasalamat kayo, may trabaho kayo. Kami wala na. Joke. Gumagawa ng paraan. Okay? Diba? Those who have work, OMG, you are blessed. I'm telling you. Okay? Because there are a lot of people who are already inactive. The well is so dry. And we eat every day. Okay? That's the axis. You have the horizontal for health, the infected, affected. Okay? In global health, actually, that's how we do it. When I was with HIV, there are 2 kinds of people in the family. One who gets infected with HIV, and the affected ones are the families. Make sense? Okay? Now, here, the wealth. Active, inactive, because they lose the job, because you cannot operate anymore the same way. Okay? Now, this is quadrant 1. You have the infected, active. Okay, you may be actively working, but who knows, you're gonna get infected. Our front lines, the medical, my God, they are in quadrant 1. You see the risk? Okay, work-life balance, quadrant 2. This one is the most difficult because you're infected and you don't have work. Okay, hold on, there you go. Okay, now let me go to the quadrant 3 and 4. Okay, we guys, Now here on this webinar, we are probably blessed because we're not infected, but we are affected. Okay? But the difference now is, are we actively earning or inactively earning already? So imagine 4 kinds of warriors trying to balance their lives. When you say balance, peace, and harmony, what do you think? Okay, so among the quadrants, which one is the lesser evil? If you say 3, you're right. You are affected by what's happening, and you're active because you're still earning. Okay, some are already in quadrant 4. They don't know what to do. They are not sick, but they don't know how to eat. Okay, so I'm giving you the big picture. It's not like before. Work-life balance warriors were only 1. Now there are 4 because of the conditionality. So I hope you appreciate this. So what am I saying? May I take this now? So again, there you go. If you need that again, we can talk about it maybe some other time again. Okay, so question. How are we going to do this now with the balance? What are we going to do? Did you know that in the old norm, we were taught how to take risks? Yes. As a leader, you take risks. Yes. But most of us have not thought about managing it. That is where the problem now is. We're all facing that. If before we were taught point A, how to get from point A to point B, yes? But did you know that we are now in point B? This is point B. No more point A. And we are going now to point C. And we can't see what is point C. Okay. Now again, as a warrior, we should know this. As a warrior, we should be aware of it. Okay. Just like I told my children, education is also affected, right? We don't know if there will be classes upcoming. We don't know. So I told them, you know what? I really don't know where you guys are going. Unlike in our era, it's easy because it's been there. It's a system already. After you graduate, you get a job, right? Unless after you graduate, you get married. It's a choice. But right now, I don't even know how people would fall in love at this time. Really. So it's not as simple as it is. Okay. So with that, I'd like to give you something that I want to leave with you. I don't want to really make this too many long discussion. I'm just giving you the facts. First thing I showed you, the 4 kinds of work-life warriors. So where you are at now. You have to know where you are at now. That is a responsibility of a warrior. That's why we sometimes do not understand each other, because you're coming from a different end. I'm coming from a different end. Where you are at now. Okay, even Philippine HR, your people, did you ask them where are they are at now? I think this is something that we need to understand, because it's easier now to help them if we understand where they're coming from. Okay, aside from where you are coming from. So, you know, the norm, okay, the norm that we're trying to identify right now, that should be taken into consideration. Okay, it's hard to plan forward at this point in time. But the one thing that's very important for us, human resource professionals, even us in a family, is to stay alive. That is exactly where we should be at right now. So I want to give you tips by using that word alive. What do we mean by alive? Alive, joke. Yeah, of course, it's the same alive, it's the same thing, liveliness, right? That we have. So letter A, let's start. Stay at the moment. At the moment. At present. Okay. Assess where you're at now, your position. Stop looking for the past norms as much as possible, because you know what? If there were norms successful enough to have led us, then why these things happen? Did you ever thought about that? Stay at the moment. Know your position. Okay? Do not also ignore where you're at. Okay? In my position as a managing director, I'm telling you, it's not easy to accept, but I have to accept that I am now in an open close economy. But that is where I start, you know, that is where I start. That is where you have to start to rise. If you know where your position is, it's easier for you now to find out your point C. But again, point C is something we do not know what's going to happen in the future. Okay. I always say this, it seems like we are expats of yesterday's excellence, of yesterday's balance excellence, because it's really not yet determined. Okay. L, learn to learn. People do not like learning anymore. It's different when you're learning online and applying. People do not want to migrate, to change, and then they complain. Now, here's the thing. Some people have learning disabilities. I think you have to go back to yourself. What are the things you need to learn these days? You have to learn to learn. Not everybody knows how to learn. Okay? Because we have to know, are we learning? The only way to know if we are learning, if we are failing. Okay, ito yung katotohanan ng lahat. Ayaw natin mag-fail. We're afraid to fail. But that is where the learning is. Okay, one day, just to give you an example, my son and I were trying to work on something here with the camera and the computer, and then he missed out one device, and he got frustrated that, oh, I thought we can easily, you know, put things together. And I said, that's how it is. We're both stupid. God bless us. You have to love failing, but not, of course, over failing and failing all the time. You have to now get why, what happened, what have I missed, what have I missed, and not saying what have you guys missed. You can't do that. Blaming others is not the key. Go back to yourself and find out, have you missed something? That's why you miss everything. This is the time wherein everybody will fail. Yeah? Because we're not sure about what's going to happen. Okay? We can only give you tips, us, your resources. We can give you that, but again, it's you leading yourself. Okay? We're not sure. Like, for example, do I have to understand internet? My kids are trying to teach me now about it. Okay? But well, I have to learn it. Okay? So learn to learn, because that is where it all starts. Learn the bad ones, learn the good ones so you can see the difference. Yes? Okay. I, get in touch, be in touch. One thing that sometimes imbalances us from our balance or disrupt our balance is we do not know how to seek help. Nowadays, people should learn how to seek help. We're too strong, right? If you want to rise, you have to put your defenses down. This is pandemic, not pandesal. Gets? Okay? So we cannot do this alone. And for those who can help, please do. Thank you. Salamat. Maraming salamat. Okay? Plus, let's say for example, wala naman ako may tulong. Imposible po yun. Hindi po lahat ng pera nakakatulong. Posible po yun. I mean, all of us, your resource, are also going through the same thing. Okay? But we decided to help, at least in our own ways. Okay? So imagine if we are all helping, just imagine that. So would that bring the balance back? Oh, it's going to be a beautiful balance, I think, in the society. But sometimes you really need to learn how to seek help. Bring down your defenses if you want to rise up. Okay? V, be very keen to what's working and not working. Be very keen to your blessings also, please. Sometimes hindi mo na nakikita. Be very keen to your blessings, to what's working and not working, especially for your sake at the moment. At the moment. Again, the goal is to stay alive. Okay? And letter E, focus on your essentials. The well will get dry when it comes to finances. Our lifestyle will change. You have to spend looking at the big picture of how you invest or consume your funds. For those who do not have funds anymore, just imagine. Remember, we have two kinds: the affected, inactive, and active. They are not affected. Okay. I would say my letter A also, I'd like to add up, stay affected. Please do not stay infected. You'd rather be affected than infected, right? Okay. Please stay. Okay. V is very keen, be very keen to what's working and not working for your sake at the moment. Be very keen to your blessings. It comes, you're just not noticing it. Because in this kind of pandemic, what matters now is not just what we see, but the ones we do not see. Do you have the face of COVID-19? Did we find that? No, we don't. It just happened. It just happened. Letter E, stay essential. What is the most important? What is the most important? You can actually choose your new norm. But you know, the beautiful thing about it is that it has reset everything. So it's given us a choice to choose our best norm. Where we are, I told you there are four kinds of work-life warriors. You can choose your norms at the moment, the one that works for you and the one that makes you stay alive. But do you know what is really the key to staying alive? Is to keep us all stay alive. Please help others stay alive. We can't do this alone. Help other people stay alive. Otherwise, you know, the balance, the peace and the harmony we're trying to wear every day. And like before, madali lang po eh. Marami tayong ways eh. Try to find books and see if it's all working. Those kinds of teaching from years ago are still working. We have to be keen about the environment. And in Philippines, it's sad that even the government do not know what to do. Very obvious. They've been doing the stupidest thing you can find. Very obvious. I mean, you have best ideas probably you can help the nation with, but still, we are at the moment trying to all stay alive. Okay? So the key to staying alive is to help others stay alive as well. Now, I hope that I was able to, um, make you alive with my talk right now. I hope I was able to put something there in your hearts and your mind to rethink. People, okay, bagong norm, mag-overthinking lahat ng tao. Ang turo sa ibang norm, years ago, bawal mag-overthink. This is the norm right now, one step at a time, HR. Because we do not know how COVID moves, or how the government is taking it, or how our national leaders are doing. We do not know. Please, if you're galit na kayo because iba-iba ang policies, it will happen that way, my dears. Because we're still trying to sense where it fits. Kung walang policy, yun nga maganda eh, pwedeng gumawa ng bago. Mas madaling gumawa ng bago. Yes? Now, the system, of course, everything is disrupted. You know, but if we want to make this so fast, I wish we could in 2 months, 3 months, and people are reading the numbers, how many deaths, how many recoveries, how many cases. Oh my God. Just imagine that. But in your own ways, in your own little ways, I'm sure you can help, we can help each other stay alive. Okay, regardless where we are. I hope you stay affected again. Please do not be in the infected side anymore. Okay. The flattening of the curve is not happening, is it? No, it's still not happening. So, exactly my point. So that is where we are. So what kind of balance do you think? Kaya hindi ko masabi sa inyo how to balance the work life. The work life itself, it's not even stable. But there's one thing that you can put balance on, your faith. As an individual and as somebody who has families and still dream up ahead. So I'd like to say thank you. This is the message I want to bring out, everybody, really, for tonight. Um, we're not just thinking about the best way to beat this pandemic, these health issues. But if there's one thing you can do is to stay affected and healthy, please, rather than infected. Okay, for now, that is where you can start building your balance. Okay, so kung wala kang pera, maging healthy ka, please. Okay? Baka healthy ka naman, wag mo nang dagdagan. Right? So I hope also those people who have lost their jobs will find ways to address the at the moment issue. I've seen already in Facebook those people who have changed careers. Kung pwede nga lang kumanta ako, di nag-singer na ako, promise. Di ba? O kumita na, di ba? No, no. Charlie and Lanny, you know, if that was somebody will pay us, we might as well singing, you know, right? I mean, there are so many artists out there already sharing the songs online. It's not that way anymore. Others have gone through delivery. I've seen that. I think you've seen that in Facebook. There are artists from different countries, and now they're Grab driver and Lala Move driver. You know, I wish I can ride that motorbike. I would have done that because I have families, because I still have dreams. So I hope I've not just inspired you, but have awakened you to something. Let's all be excited. This is the new norm. We can choose the best norm now. That's the good news. We can choose the best norm that is going to make us work-life balance wizards soon. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Miss Daphne.
Yes.
I really like that perspective, that perspective wherein you can actually choose your new norm. Because I know we've been struggling in terms of defining what this so-called new normal, but I personally like that perspective that you have now the power, if I may use the word, the power to choose your new norm.
Yeah. Because
And
you know,
thank you very much as well for sharing the Alive acronym. Yes, we have all been trying our very best to stay alive,
oh
especially
yeah,
for us HR practitioners, alive for our employees. And I know it's been a very tough balancing act for everyone, especially for HR practitioners, because we are not just trying to balance or set the balance. In terms of what is happening in our life, and you mentioned about financial wealth, health, and to make social contacts or maintain the relationship. But aside from that, we also have to take good care of our employees. Facilitate also probably how they would better or best cope with the current situation that we are now in crisis. But if there's one big advice aside from you choose your new norm and apply those alive, and um, what else could you share in terms of taking good care now of the others aside from our own selves in the course of this pandemic
I
or crisis?
I think you have to give more listening time, you know, for them because they cannot see the big picture. You know, I even us, right? I listen to my children. Ang staff ko ngayon, pamilya ko, and my dogs. Okay, my dogs don't talk, right? Okay. I think you also have to tell them, don't be afraid to fail because we're trying to sense things out and hopefully one day we can do this, you know, make things better and it's going to normalize again with what's better. You have to also guide them on the realities. Okay. Because if you might, it's so hard to give advices right now. Do you agree? Philippine HR, ang hirap mag-advise.
That's true.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, kasi nakikita mo na yung problema, pero minsan, you just want to make sure that your people stay where they are, you know, but you also see the danger behind it. So why don't you um, collaborate? I don't know how you call it, co-influence with them to also seek solutions with you. Not only you looking for solutions, because yun ang maganda eh. Ikaw, ano sa tingin mo? You know, I think it's about time you should ask them. This is my plan for you. Ikaw, what do you think? Do you have any other ways of doing this better, easier? You know, we should start doing that. I know how HR operates sometimes because you have your own authority ceiling, right? That you can't do this because it's the management who also doesn't give you that authority. Okay? But if you are given such an authority that you can also turn your people into work-life balance warrior like yourself, much better. Much better. At least hindi ka nahihirapan. Nagtutulungan kayo. And please do ask them how are they every day. Once a week, twice a week, text, chat, kahit wala lang, kinamusta lang kita. You know, I think, you know, they should be in touch with you guys and you also need to be in touch with them. Mahirap ang superwoman, supergirl. Okay?
Superman, superwoman. Yes,
No, we cannot.
napakahirap nowadays.
No,
I
we
like
can.
that. I like that, Miss Daphne, that now is the best time for us HR practitioners to listen to our employees.
Please.
And I think my follow-up question with that would be, in terms of communicating this to our employees, because well, as HR practitioners, they have this what we call expectation from us that whenever we communicate a certain policy, it would have to be well thought of course,
Yes.
but they want it to be as perfect as possible. So
Mhm.
how do we now communicate to our employees that we are on a, if I may say, trial and error period, because we
Mhm.
do not know yet, we could not define well what is new norm, if the policies would really let's say um, we would be, let's say, when we are to implement the policies, that it is, these are perfect policies for us. So how do we now communicate these to our employees that us HR practitioners, give us now or forgive us if we would fail somewhat in 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 an aspect of these policies? How do
Yeah.
we now tell them that?
For one, you don't ask forgiveness. Okay? You don't ask forgiveness. Please. Your role is to should be thankful about because they don't have the answers too. Yes. Do you have better ideas? But you just tell them that everything is being tested. We are in a doing iterative approach, you know? Kasi may prototype na tayo ng policy, yes?
Yes.
Yun ang ginagamit natin, but things have to change, yes? So we're still finding for the new prototype, yes? Sometimes bago na yung policy, palpak pa eh. Okay? And you are doing your job that way. So how are you going to tell them that? We're doing our best to get the one that works. Okay? But if you give us feedback, that can help. But please do not ask forgiveness. Okay? Otherwise, might as well go home and be with your family. And, you know, nobody in HR should seek forgiveness from keeping people nowadays with work, for God's sake. Do you see the enemy? No, me too. Okay, you can't say, don't follow me, I'm lost too. But the reality, we're all lost. So we are here because we're sensing things. Where is the best way to handle these things? So prepare them to be agile. Okay, agile. Okay, paano ba yon? For example, pag sinabing kanta, kanta. Pag sinabing takbo, takbo. That is where now it goes. Because if you put them, they're still, remember guys, they are still operating from the old agility. That's what I'm talking about. The norms before, does it mean that if it's norm before, that's the right norm we're leading our lives with in the nation and the global sphere? Are we using the right norm? Because if we did, then why pandemic happened? So they are still operating from the past norm. They are still operating from point A. Bring them to point B. Prepare them for point C. Okay? In my family, I do that. Okay, guys, I don't know where you're going. Might as well explore something online. I'm trying to bring them to point B. Yeah, but I want to study. I'm not even sure if I'm putting you out. You can't study without a vaccine. Parents say that, right? I'm not different. Okay, I'm not different. I said, no, you're not going to school. And my question for education, what will you teach my children now that there is no norm that works from the past? If people are saying, are we going back to the old normal? Do you wish? Then we're going to have another pandemic. Am I making sense? No, we
Definitely
have a
missed.
choice. We have a choice, right? The beautiful thing about it is, wow, I can change. So please help your people transit. How? Talk to them first. Know where they're coming from. Are they from the four? Remember, I call four warriors trying to get their balance back, especially those that have jobs, others don't have jobs. And I'm sure you're going through a journey where, and you're going to talk to somebody who will not have jobs in the next few weeks. Yes or no? Oh, that's painful. But it's all you can do for now for them. Okay? You don't even sure if you're going to have a job. So the new norm is uncertainty. Oh, hindi naman bago yun, uncertainty. Bago po yun. Kasi naging uncertain, ang sphere, ang laki. Ang parameters global po, bago po yun. Ang uncertainty na alam natin, buhay lang natin eh. Kumpanya lang natin, nasyon lang natin. Ngayon, hindi. Buo. And we are so connected. We did see that, right? So like, for example, my dogs are there again. Sorry for the barking slot. Okay. So try to find a norm that works for you at the moment you're trying to stay alive. Okay, like what I'm doing right now. Okay, guys. Sorry about the dogs barking here. Okay.
No problem, Miss Daphne. But yes, I couldn't agree with you more on everything that you just said. And what I'm getting specifically on what you just mentioned, number one would be um, everything is uncertain at this point. So it's good for us HR to have that mindset of being consultative in that sense. You know,
Yes.
collaboration is very much important. Consultative in a sense that we should also ask our employees, help us
Yes.
sense better. And
Okay.
on the
I just want to add
practical
this.
side, probably Ms. Daphne, I'm sure
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
if you would agree with me, like conducting surveys on, let's say, to our employees, how you are doing right now, what else do you need, how else would you want us to, how else would you want us to move forward, and
And you should
then
even go beyond the
yeah,
questions,
that's
go
right,
beyond the question, because if your question is wrong, the answer is wrong. Look, guys, if you want to be consultants, you have to fail. The way you think, as consultants, we went through the battlefield first, but we didn't see the death on the battlefield. So we are not consultants because we know. We are consultants because we died. Okay?
true,
So, yun ang problema kasi minsan, pag consultant, you should know because you're a consultant. No, consultant kept on learning. Please, let go of that old norm. So we can be stupid, we're stupid in like Zoom like this sometimes. Like I had to ask my consultant children know how to do this with Zoom with me, But that's where the learning, I've told you. So if you're going to conduct survey, why are you conducting the survey? What for? For what? The surveys before may not work anymore. This is what I learned when I was in HIV industry. We really find ways to change things until we get to the bottom line of everything. And the survey, how are you going to serve the survey? It matters to listen to them face to face, actually. The online can also affect the answers, but at least a phone call, at least to hear your voice, that's warm enough for me to hear, oh, thank you for calling me. What's up? Wala, nangangamusta lang ako. Actually, mangungutang ako, iba yun. Pero ganun talaga, di ba? O, kung meron ka, di tulungan mo naman. Di ba? Ganun talaga eh. Lahat kasi tayo naputol lahat ng mga kailangan natin gawin. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, how do you feel? Buti na lang. Nagka-pandemic, nag-lockdown. O ikaw yung, kung alam ko lang, pinakasalan na kita bago nag-lockdown. Di ba? You don't know. But others have the good side, others have the bad side. That is where we are right now.
Actually, yeah. A lot of realizations really
Yeah.
during the lockdown period. But exactly what you just said earlier, that as HR professionals, we should not be afraid to learn again, to learn.
Yes.
Everything is uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen, so just learn to learn. And that's the L
Yes.
in that life that you just shared with us. Now, I would like to turn over the virtual floor to Cha for
Hi,
questions
Cha.
from our audience. Cha, would you have any?
Yes, we do. Hi, thank you, Sir Neil, Ma'am Daphne. Here are some few questions now coming
Yes.
from our participants. One would be from Jolyn. If we will sort of plan in this very fluid and uncertain situation, for how long a period could we plan for?
Oh,
If it's supposed to be at the moment.
okay. Well, try to have an indicator. For example, planning for 1 month. But where do you base your plan from? Where do you base your plan from?
I suppose, ma'am, the way they do their operations at the office. Hindi kasi siya
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. All right.
identify.
Yeah, for a month. Things are changing. Okay? You get desperate. Sa mga wala na trabaho, mag-online work yan. Try nyo muna for a month kung kaya. Kung ayaw may trabaho, lipat ka. Ibang trabaho. That's what I meant. Because we have to stay alive. So, for a month, that's only, okay, sige, sabi ko sa'yo 6 months. Tapos 1 week pa lang nabago na naman. Magbabago ka na naman ng trabaho.
Yes, yes. I
So
agree.
let's be smart here. So maybe if you can plan for 2 weeks, because right now we are in a wait and see situation. So if you see that, this is gonna change again. That's the way. You don't like it. Pero ganun siya eh. Will this work? Okay, let's try it for a week. You should have indicators when you plan. What are we driving at? When you plan, maybe will this work for a month? Then, saka mo extend ulit another month. Depende po kung ano yung pinaplanning natin, no? That you will have to also see if there is affectation of health issues around. How are the people behaving? Madami siyang, you have to put some parameters there. But if you want to plan and you want to get people's action on your plan, you have to explain to them why it's only a month. Okay? You have to tell them. You have to influence them the same way you're influenced when you were doing the plan. Please. They have to know where you're heading. Okay? So no perfect plan for now. Well, actually, is there a perfect plan after all? I don't think so. Yeah.
Wow, that's very good, ma'am. Actually, that's also one of the things that going on around our mind in our team, in training, in our company, because as part of training or as practice in our company, it's really more on facilitator-led training sessions.
Yes.
So we're kind of on a ping pong situation right now, whether to go, how are going forward, and how the things that we need to do to back up, things like those. So thank you for that wonderful suggestion doing for a month, because we did it for a month.
Okay, yeah, for a month, kasi we don't know it, right? I think in training right now, you should, for people with so many behavioral, for now, that I think people would appreciate that. I'm not sure about the technical, because we're changing the system. Remember, the technical side of training is about the system. Okay, so right now it's more on how people should feel and think and move and take care of themselves.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Another question coming from Marvin Z.
Yeah. Hi, Marvin.
Do
Where
you
are you?
see now more leaders embracing a more flexible work schedule that revolves around the quality of work versus the quantity of work?
Should be. I see more I'm not sure. I don't have the numbers here, but should be for now. Okay, the leaders, we if you have your own way or lifestyle, or work lifestyle whatsoever, you have to change. You really have to change. Look at me. I'm working on something and I'm domesticated at the same time. I'm off the floor. Don't forget. I'm a working mom. All right. You see. So if you're doing this again, we are drawn to still operate from the old norm, and that's going to disrupt us going to point C. Okay. So if the question is, do you see many leaders? Maybe not now. Sooner. Maybe not now, and hopefully the soonest.
Thank you, Ma'am Daphne.
Yes.
Can we still accommodate, sir? Another question?
Sure.
Yeah, probably Lani has one chat
Okay.
question from the audience, or you may have personal questions, Ms. Daphne. Thank you, chat.
Right. So I actually have one question coming from the audience. So
Yes.
she said, and this is coming from Miss Michelle Morales. Hi, Michelle.
Hi,
So
Michelle.
so she said, since the pandemic run for more than 3 months, and some of us already created the habit, especially those who are working from home.
Yeah.
What tips can you give us to prepare for returning back to the normal working arrangement or new normal?
Well, for one, your health.
Your health.
Because are you healthy to go back? Yes, and everything follows. Everything
That's
follows. Health, inside and out. Okay, inside and out. But if companies would see that you're even more productive when you work from home, do you think me as an employer, I would let you go back? So there are effects to all these changes. If let's say, oh, you know what? They work from home, but they're even more productive. See, would you let them go back? That's a beautiful thing about this change. Okay, now if you want them to go home, check on the health. That's
right.
the
So
first
that,
thing.
yes, that's the very first thing, that they have to check on their health first.
On their
They
health
have to
first.
make sure that they are fit to work and that they
Yes,
are already mentally, physically ready to actually work.
exactly.
I
You
totally
know,
agree with what you said.
yes.
Thank you so
Then
much for
everything follows eh. Oo eh. Kasi kung they may be physically healthy but not emotionally ready, you
right.
know,
It's not gonna count as well because
no,
hindi
it has to
mahihirapan
be
din po silang mag-work pag ganun po yung magiging
yung
sitwasyon nila. So,
oh, pero
they really need to be
kasi ngayon, I told you, it's a close and open close economy. Dapat marunong sila work from home at saka going back to the office. You
right.
know, two personas in one. Because that's how it is. Naiinis sila, babalik ka naman ako. Ay, sa bahay na naman ako. Babalik ka naman ako. Anong gusto mo? Affected, infected, active, inactive. Ano na lang po, active at saka affected. Yeah.
Finding the right ways to be more productive. That's what,
Yeah.
whether at work or at home, it should still, yeah, we have to be ready,
they have to be agile.
agile.
That's the only way. Remember, the goal is to stay alive, not to be comfortable.
That's right.
Listening, are you getting me, Philippines? Okay.
Yes,
To be alive, not to be comfy. This is not the time to be comfy. Okay.
I agree with that. I totally agree with
Okay.
you.
It's sacrifice, but enjoy the ride.
Right. So we have to make a lot of sacrifices now. Lalo na po
Yeah.
sa sitwasyon that we are in right now. We're in the middle of a crisis, not only in our country, pero sa ibang bansa din po. But
Mhm.
of course, we are very thankful of your thoughts, Miss, of this
Oh, thank you
topic.
too for
It's
having
very
me.
interesting. Yeah.
I know. I will continue
It,
to think more and find out how else. But for now, this is what I want to share, everybody. You guys are also consultants in your own life. Hey
Right.
guys, come on. I don't know your life. Okay, I have not lived your life. You are the own consultants of your life. You're also a warrior. Okay, so let's be responsible with the kind of balance we actually have. Okay, let's be responsible. If others are balanced this way, huwag mo nang gayahin. Kaya mo ba yung balance niya? It's not supposed to be happening. That's why you choose your own norm. Maraming lumalabas sa Facebook na pwede kayo mamili ng norm. Yung mga nagpo-post ng mga sayings, yeah. So many, yeah, no, I think I want to be like that. I think I'm going to live that way. That's a norm.
That's true, Miss Daphne. Aside from you choosing your new norm, you can also define, of course, in the light of work-life balance. Now is the best time to rethink or
Yeah.
redefine your definition of what work-life balance or work-life integration really is. And I also agree with you in terms of going back to the old ways of doing things, like going back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that's the first question that you would really have to ask yourself. Are you healthy enough? Is it safe for everyone to go back? So I'm also taking it from the new perspective in terms of being productive. I
Mm-hmm.
have read a lot of times in what they're saying is that now is the time for us to focus more on the results and not on the activities in the light of
Mm-hmm.
productivity.
Yeah.
Because I would also want to mention, at home, others are saying there are too many distractions at home. So how can I be productive?
Mm-hmm.
I have to deal with my family. I have, like in your case, you have also you're a fur parent in that
Mm-hmm.
sense. So
I'm a
you
fur
have
parent.
14. Did I hear it
I have
right? You have
14.
14.
Can you show
Yeah, you
hugs
have to
here?
take care of them as well. So
There's,
you have of course, your different definition of
yeah,
what work-life balance is. I know it's really a tough balancing act for
it is
everyone.
very tough because you want to make sure everyone is up to and alive to like you, So for those who are having productivity problems, you need the whole family to help you. You can't do this alone. You need the whole family. You need to talk to your children. I wish I can talk to my dogs and tell them, can we just talk by Zoom? Ang ito, puro aso pala yung kausap mo. Can we do that? But we have to, right now, since we have this, we have to feed them at 4 p.m. because otherwise they're going to be barking. If one barks, everybody barks. You see?
No.
Yeah, so we have to feed them so they will just sleep. We have to do that. And we have to find ways. We don't feed them rice at 4 p.m. We have to do that so we can talk this way. You see? No, now we're being productive, are we?
Yes, indeed. You're being
Cha
productive.
and Cha and Lani, would you have anything else to ask from our audience?
Well, this for me, this is a personal question.
Yeah.
uh,
Okay, go.
Sure, Cha.
since you've mentioned earlier that there was a time that it was not easy for you to come up, and be ready to face the day. What's the first thing that you did, something new, or what intervention did you commit into, if there's any, to wake up with that productivity and with that staying alive mentality?
Oh, you mean what triggered me?
Yes, yes.
What triggered me to make it sensible for everyone to stay alive?
Yes, and
Am I
also
right?
like for you, ma'am. Well, I don't know if kasi kanina ma'am na share niyo po na parang it took you some time before you can, be like this na
Mm.
ready to communicate, to reach to people.
Ah, okay, yeah, because
What's something that you did?
when you get tired, it's not helping. When you suddenly get tired doing the same thing, and then you're waiting that somebody's going to change your situation, that's the time you say, am I doing the right thing? Am I getting the right way? Is this really helping me? You know, because everybody wanted, like I was saying earlier, we want to go back to the old ways. Okay, that is where the comfort zone. We know that, right? But now, this pandemic has pushed us out of the box. All of us, all of us. I felt like we were like French fries. You used to put some dressing like salt. What else? What can you think about? Gutom tuloy ako. Salt, ketchup,
Cheese.
and cheese and oil.
Yeah, yeah.
Tapos biglang shinake tayo, di ba? So you have a
Yes.
flavored fries. Right now, nilagay sa atin toyo, suka. So hindi natin alam paano mag-react as French fries. That's how we are. Tapos shinake tayo. That's where we are. So what triggered me? Because that is the most important right now. We cannot control environment, my dear friends, my dear Filipinos. We cannot control the decision of the government. The thing we can only do is get angry. But will that be contributing to our balance? You know, we can get angry. Sure, we're human beings to get angry, to get desperate. Yes. But how I wish to not stay in desperation, because you might be thinking from point A, please, we are now in point B. No? Point B na tayo eh. Wala na si point A eh. Okay? Even businesses will change. So meaning we have to dress up for the change. We have to think differently this time.
Well, thank you for that, Ma'am Daphne. That's very helpful.
Welcome.
Any questions? Lanny?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I'm all good.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she's back. Connectivity is like, yes, Lani, you're back.
Yeah,
You
I'm
may
back,
have
but I'm
anything
all
else to ask, Miss Daphne? Or is there a particular question from our audience that you'd like to share?
Oh, sorry, I didn't get that. Again, please.
Yeah. Anyway, I wish we have more time. Again, you guys, if you have questions, I'm sure you could, get in touch with Miss Daphne, just in case you have anything to ask about, how we would be able to really balance everything, considering that, we have our new definition of what working and living at the same time, no, how it should be defined. So I probably at this point, Miss Daphne, I would
Yes.
like to ask you, any other thing that you would like to share with the group, with the community? Last few words, probably.
Well, you see, I'd like you to know that work-life balance is not really to perfect your life, right? It's not to perfect your life. When we say balance, we're talking about peace and harmony here. Peace and harmony. Okay, with what's happening outside and inside of us, it's not peaceful. We're not in harmony. Okay, but it because it's not about us. It's about what happened. Okay, so um, I want you to take time not to seek your balance, but to evaluate your balance where you are at now. Balance is something that you evaluate. Hindi na seek eh, kasi bago na yung norm natin eh. You have to seek, evaluate your peace level, your harmony level at home. Are they working? All right. If not, then you have to activate new norms probably that can perhaps help. Okay, to activate the new balance. It's not really too perfect. It's a journey that we have to take. I'm not saying as a warrior, what is the result of your being warrior? FYI, I'm here. What is the result of being a work-life balance warrior? I'm here. Okay. So probably I have grown the keen insight to share to you now. Okay. So I'm trying to see, ano bang klaseng balance ang gusto mo? It's not also good that you have work, but actually you're getting unhealthy. That's too much high risk. You see, Lani, Cha, and Neil, how risky my family is. I have a mom, 78 years old. Okay, I have a grandson, 2 years old, and then the middle millennial that makes me crazy every day. Okay, so just imagine the risk of the family. If I don't also try to sacrifice not going out. So since that is not an option, we have to find another way. And that should be every day. Your consciousness now, where is it? Where is it? Where is it at? Your consciousness now, nasa na siya? Okay? So, we also get so tired thinking, mag-overthink talaga tayo, no? Yeah, in the old norm, bawal yun. In ngayon, I think it's necessary sometimes, but not too much of it. Overthinking. I think rethinking. Okay? Kasi yung overthinking, walang action eh. Diba? But again, remember, we love taking risks, but please also balance it with how you're gonna manage the negative and the positive result. So how are you gonna manage the risk? Please, okay? Paglalabas ako, okay? You know, makwento ko lang ha. Nanay ko minsan gusto lumabas eh. Okay, pasaway yun. Lumalabas. Sabi yan, di ba? Hindi ko mabantayan because she's not living with me actually, but we go to her house once in a while. Okay, so we have to find ways. Oh my God. Okay, there she goes in. She's like, I'm healthy. You know how they think, right? I'm healthy. I'm not gonna get sick. Di ba? Diyosa feeling, di ba? Okay. So that's kind of, you have to find ways to bring her back and not let her go out. Okay. So, and my daughter would also be there to, she went out again. Yung mga ganong kwentong bahay ba, di ba?
Yeah.
Yun ang normal natin ngayon. Di ba ha?
That's
Bakit
true.
siya lumabas? Saan napunta?
Yeah.
Eh, siguro meron kayong mga elders dyan na trying to be supergirl, superwoman.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
So
Yeah.
true. I can so relate with your story, Miss Daphne.
Di ba? You can find
I
them when
have
they're
that
already
exact same
in...
story.
Nasa tindahan lang, ha? Okay.
But they also have to understand. We also have to understand that that's their way. Sorry, of coping. I know it's been stressful.
Sure.
Being within the four
With
walls of your.
children
Yeah.
getting bored.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my God.
know.
They are
I
here with me
understand.
right now. Yeah. They were giving me signs. Are you done yet? See, they're bored. Sabi ko, no, not yet. Get out.
Yeah, just like my brother. He keeps on popping up here in my room.
I know, see? So, I have 3 dogs here on the floor. On the floor, di ba? The rest are outside. You see? So, just imagine, do we have this in the office? No.
No, yeah.
Sometimes you would see your dog on your chair. Okay, get out, boss. But that's how it is. What's important is we are alive. We still have chances. We can do this.
Miss Daphne, you were talking about seeking support, and talking about that. No, we would want to hear from you in terms of your services or the company, your company,
Okay.
Miss Daphne. How do we get in touch with you if ever we need support, if ever we need to consult anything from you as these things are happening right now?
Okay, well, you can reach me at Facebook, DBG Training Management and Public Relations Consultancy. I am the one frontlining there. Actually, I decided to frontline. I'm the one answering your chats if you're going to chat. I'm also the one like to promote Think and Tank devotional dailies, which I post in selected groups if they allow it. Okay, that has been coming in for 4 years. I just want to make mention that that is actually a commitment for DBG because it's DBG is my surname, my acronym, but it also meant doing business for good. So sometimes we are too busy to remember that we are not the heroes here every day. There's somebody who's taking care of us, and we have to be closer to this person. Also, you can reach me through my mobile. Okay, if you can't wait to chat with me, you can reach me through my mobile. I just want to be more close to you, so it's easier for you to talk to me. 0916-531-1999. Okay, so that's my personal mobile and my email at daphnegranfil@yahoo.com in case you need something like this, of course, talk. But for what's going to happen, okay, the services, the programs, I think, on forward, because we had to close also. We had to stop. We also had to change ways. Okay, hopefully the web talk show, we were planning that April, but we had to sleep over on it for a while. But we're trying to find ways how we can do this web talk show, connecting the dots, hopefully by June. Okay. And the niche talk, real talk learning service, learning programs online. I have not yet migrated online, guys. Not yet. I only guest on shows like this. On May 27, can I promote also HR Shouts and Whispers? We are doing Love in COVID Times. And I'm a guest there.
Wow.
And I don't know why.
Very interesting.
I know. I mean,
Love in the time of pandemic.
I know. It's I was kind of thinking, okay, what am I gonna say? Okay, anyway, but I think that is also good for me to learn. Okay, love in COVID times and how is this love affair going to flourish online? Ganun ba yun? Diba? Parang
I think ma'am will join you there.
Please, yeah, help me because I really don't know what we're gonna talk about. I mean, I'm just waiting for uh, uh, the outline that we're gonna get. Okay, I'll be there with HR and Charles on May 27 at 9 p.m. and explore loving in COVID times. Ayan. So abangan niyo po 'yun. No? Next week.
All right.
Yes.
Definitely, abangan namin yan, Miss Daphne.
Abangan nyo kasi
We
hindi ko
look
rin alam
forward
ang
to
sagot.
seeing you more, hearing from you more.
Yeah. Thank you
you
so
very
much
much,
for
Miss
having me.
Daphne.
I
And thank you
really
for
miss you
tonight's
guys.
webinar.
I know. And
All
please,
right.
again.
Probably, yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
that's true. I would just like to ask again, Miss Daphne, Lani and Cha, your key takeaways from tonight's webinar. Lani, may I ask? What are your key
Um,
takeaways from tonight's webinar?
all right, is that you live to stay alive and not stay comfortable. That really struck me the most. Kasi I believe dahil nga sa new norm that we have, na the norm of uncertainty, people are really looking forward into having a comfortable life again. Though we have to face the fact that we're still far from getting back to our normal life. And again, another realization was when she gave us the quadrant, infected, active, inactive. I realized I was under active and affected, which made me realize na I'm still lucky.
Yes.
I may be affected, but I'm
Amen.
still active. I still have the job.
True.
And wala pa naman so far nasasabi mawawalan kami ng job. Yes, so that's why I realized that we are still blessed and focusing on the essentials. Yan po kasi talaga yung medyo nawawala rin po sa mga tao because of what's going on. A lot of negativity are going around and it's really hard to be, in fact, it's really hard to be positive. Sa
True.
totoo lang po. But you really have to keep that faith. Siguro we have to work on as well on our spirituality so we can work on facing the uncertainty in a way. So, and I like the fact that we have the stay alive. Yun. It really helped me realize that I can do that and I can help others to stay alive. That's it. And can I also promote Sir Darwin's virtual program na?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so tomorrow, Sir Darwin will have his virtual talk show, Trabaho, Buhay at Iba Pa at HR Cafe Talk Show. That's gonna be tomorrow at 3 p.m. He will be joined by Mr. Burns Ordones Kaasi, a motivational speaker and influencer. So we hope that you can join the talk show with Sir Darwin tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lani. And in the future, probably Miss Daphne, you'll be co-hosting or you'll be also guested in that show of Darwin. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, pleasure to do
All
that.
right.
I mean, just imagine, guys, how beautiful the Saturday night is. Even if it's raining, we didn't lose connection.
Yeah.
So blessed.
Yeah.
I
Our
know.
prayer worked.
I know. I
Yes,
prayed too, you know, and I
Yeah.
said, okay, even if I don't know where you're located. Are you in Europe, Cha? And are you in Japan, Neil? And ganun kalalayo, di ba?
Or somewhere, somewhere else.
somewhere.
Yeah, we
Thank
didn't lose
you.
connection. Yeah.
All right, so Cha, how about you? What are your personal takeaways?
Well, aside from what Lani mentioned, one would be staying at the moment. You know, assessing where you are right now, because now as part of training and development, we're currently put on hold. So honestly, I hibernated for almost 2 months when the ECQ was announced, because I felt like, feeling ko nag-crash down talaga ako, no? Hindi na kami pasok, though there's support coming from the organization, kaya lang the work that we usually do, we're not doing it anymore. So I felt like I was a zombie for quite some time. So I hibernated, and now it impacted me that we have to stay present, stay at the moment, assess where we are right now, and learn. Actually, one of my Waterloo is using of technology. So right now I'm being forced to use technology, because just like in church when I teach kids class, I use Zoom now. So I really have to be, in sync and knowledgeable on the features of the app. So that's one thing that I really have to do. And of course, there's you've mentioned that we should not feel afraid of failing, diba? When
Yeah, yeah.
as a trainer, I personally say that to my trainees that we should not afraid to fail because it will help us to succeed. Kaya lang, sometimes when you're being faced in an uncertain situation and something that it's hard to really fathom, it's hard to pull yourself together. But now I really have to be keen on what's working on not for me to to succeed on that sense. Na we are here
Mm-hmm.
is new normal.
Mm-hmm. It's good to hear. You see,
All right. Thank you very much, Cha. And this is a very good opportunity. Sorry, Miss Daphne.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you're
just
about
gonna
to say?
say, yeah, I was just gonna say that I cannot blame you guys for experiencing that. Okay, I cannot blame you guys. I experienced it too. But if life is the one putting us in a different direction, and maybe because it's a better direction, we don't know, right? So for one thing, I told you, the important things are not just in what you see, but in what you don't see. Okay, in what you don't see. Remember, COVID, you cannot see him or her, but it's so important that we're afraid of it. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's another norm maybe you'd like to acquire.
That's true, Miss Daphne. Well, personally, my biggest takeaway from tonight's webinar is that we can choose to define our new norm.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is uncertain, and we could not really have one
Yeah,
absolute
no.
definition of this new norm. So it's a matter of us choosing which definition would fit us best. Also, as an HR practitioner, in taking into consideration also our employees in the course of defining this new
Mm-hmm.
norm. Like we could
Mm-hmm.
not thank you enough, Miss Daphne, for
Oh,
sharing a lot of learnings, a lot of thoughts for
my
our
pleasure.
community tonight. It has been a pleasure, really. And thank you very much, of course, Lani and Cha for co-hosting with me. And
Thank you
especially,
too.
Thank you
and
too.
especially, to, of course, to jobstreet.com Philippines for allowing us to partner with you for the conduct of this virtual learning sessions.
Yes,
So
yes.
please do not forget that come May 29 and 30, Cha, you have the details. We have two more sessions coming. Yeah, I
Yes,
believe
I
Cha
do.
has.
Yes, I do. Wait. Nagpanic ako bigla no. I just
Yeah.
wanna
Okay lang
Agility,
yan. Yan ang bagong
agility,
norm.
yeah.
agile. Yeah.
Agility. For everyone who's asking what would be our next session, that would be on May 29. In times of crisis, that our formula we have invited the managing director at Shine of JG Nera Training Consultants, another consultancy guru, Mr. Jet Nera. Okay, and also on May 30, we will be having best practices in candidate case during and post pandemic. So we will be having Miss Janina MJ Borlaza, Vice President for Recruitment and Sourcing at Shearwater Health. So we hope that you can join us again for that another awesome webinar series.
Yes, awesome indeed. Thank you very much, Cha, for sharing the next two topics that we're going to have for our virtual classes. Again, thank you very much, Miss Daphne, for
Thank
the
you very
night.
much too. You guys take care and stay alive and keep others
Yes.
alive
Yes.
as well, okay?
Alive.
Stay alive. Thank you, Miss Daphne.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you, Cha and Lani again. And of course, jobstreet.com Philippines for having us for this webinar. So we'll see you again on the 29th. Thank you very much. So keep safe or stay healthy. Actually, stay alive.
Yes.
All right. So the Philippines HR Group again is thanking everyone for joining us tonight. All right. So God bless everyone.
God bless everyone.
Bye.
Bye.